Hi, welcome to our channel. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Hugo. And together, we are part-time resellers.
On platforms like eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Tradesy, Etsy, Amazon. And
now we're getting our feet wet with
thredup. So I'm sure you've heard of thredup because it is the largest online thrift store or just largest secondhand market of clothing. And we listen to the Office Ladies podcast.
Yeah, love that podcast. Great entertainment. But the funny part is, as we're listening, what do we get? Them doing their own thredup commercial.
And thredup is pretty much everywhere. And I'm sure you've seen their logos everywhere, their bright white and blue circle logo.
Yep.
So we really wanted to learn how to sell on there, and there's so much information out there. We just didn't take time to really look through and learn the process. Also,
yeah, it's just, again, we do sell on multiple platforms, and we always justified not doing more thredup because we said, well, we have all this other stuff. But thankfully, we found somebody to help put it all together.
If you don't know of her, Kreithchele on Instagram, known as Kreithchele, Krangele. We'll put that on here. But she has a thredup course amongst other courses that she also sells. And so we purchased her thredup course earlier this year and finally got to going through it because we were, home.
Yeah.
So right now, Kreithchele is about to release, I believe it's version 3 of that thredup course. It's supposed to come out at the beginning of September. And right now her current thredup course is on sale. So we'll put a link down below if you are interested in learning more about thredup from the thredup master.
Yeah.
And the sale price ends August 31st. So if you want to get in before the sale is over, make sure to purchase that before August 31st. And I believe you'd be grandfathered in to the new version that she's going to release in September.
So why are we going to sell on thredup? We sell on multiple platforms like Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, even Tradesy. And we get plenty of eyes on our items there. Yet we feel the need to jump into another platform. But why?
So you caught that in the beginning. We sell on a bunch of different platforms. eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Tradesy, Etsy. Amazon doesn't count because we don't ship in clothes to them. So we do have a lot of eyes on our items. However, we have a ton of inventory that has just been sitting there. And it's stuff that we've picked up, some of it new with tags, that is just not selling. And after we went through our inventory and checked the dates of purchase, some of these items have been sitting there for a year. Some were like a year and a half, and they still haven't sold. So we decided that the next best option was to send it in to an even larger platform where there's going to be even more eyes on it, with a higher rate of us getting rid of that item. And another big reason we wanted to clear out some of our inventory besides it not selling, we are going to share with you when it does happen, but we have an opportunity coming up and we need the space in our garage for said opportunity. When it does happen though, we will be sharing the news with you on here, so stay tuned for that. So the first step, print out a label.
Yeah, before anything else, you have to make sure you get your hands on a label.
So there's 2 ways to do that. You can either go onto their website and request a label to be printed at home, or you can request for them to send you a bag or their shipping kit, which includes their thredup bag, and you can use that bag to put your items in and send to them.
Yeah, so if you want an all-around package, you could just go with the mail-in and get it all.
For us, we were able to print out the labels, and we didn't want to wait to receive the shipping bag, so we just went ahead and printed out labels from our home. When you do print your labels or ask them to mail you a bag, you have a few options to click on, and you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the options that they offer on there. One is returning your items. So you can have them dispose of any items that you send into them that they deem not worth selling.
Yeah, and that varies. I mean, it depends on the season and everything. So again, you don't know what they're going to possibly return.
So you can either let them take care of the items if you don't want them back, or you can pay a processing fee for them to return those items to you, and that fee is $10.99. The second thing is, if you send your items into thredup, there's a regular processing window. That one is just free, but you can also pay for expedited processing, which will be $16.
Yeah, ultimately it's whatever works best for you. Again, these are costs that add in and can take away from your profits, so just do what works for you.
So thredup has listing windows. If you're sending them mall brand items like Old Navy, Forever 21, Nike, 60 days for that item to sell, and then thredup will give you 14 days to reclaim the item, and in that case you can have it returned to you, or they will dispose of it. If you send in designer items, and there's a long list of designer items that I won't get into here, you can look at that on their website. If it is a designer item, thredup has a listing window of 90 days. After the 90 days, if your designer item does not sell, you have 14 days to either reclaim those items or have them dispose of it. Okay, so now we want to share with you our process in selecting the items that we're sending into thredup.
It all starts with the bins. We have over 90 bins of inventory. That includes hard goods, shoes, as well as a lot of clothes. So what we ended up doing is we sat down and we went through each bin, each item, and thankfully we have a SKU system where I would call out the individual SKU number to Tiffany while I sat there going through each bin.
Okay, so with that custom SKU, which has been a lifesaver, as you can see on screen, I have the two computer monitors. One had eBay open, the other had Poshmark, Mercari, and thredup. So once Hugo calls out the SKU, I input that SKU into eBay. I would then find that item on Poshmark and Mercari, and then on thredup offers a payout estimator. If you have an item that you want to send in but you're not sure if it will make you profit, you can put in the brand, the type of item, for example, Talbot's casual dress. Once I put that in, it will give me a range of potential profits, and from there we would decide if we would end those items on all the platforms and send it into thredup, or if the profits weren't there, we just made sure that they were cross-posted on all three platforms and put it back in the bin. So with that being said, after we went through all 90 plus bins, we ended up pulling out almost 140 items to send into thredup.
Shipping basics. Thankfully, thredup does a great job at making this easy. Like we mentioned earlier, you can request a kit which will include a bag, and you just ship your items in that. Now, if you follow us on Instagram, you would have seen that we shared that we went out and we had to buy boxes, and that's because we have 140 items to ship out, so we definitely needed to pick up some boxes. We went to our local store because we love to support local businesses. We'll make sure to add their address down below, so if you're in the area, great deals. But we had to pick up boxes, and ultimately, after you get a box or a bag, what you have to focus on is that max 30-pound weight.
Okay, so we did say this earlier. This is just our journey to thredup. We definitely do not know everything. This is our very first time sending anything into thredup.
Yeah, so we're excited, and we're going to share with you everything that turns out from this. So for now, we just got through the shipping process. We packed up our items and sent them out.
Definitely stay tuned for part 2. We want to bring you along our journey. And in part 2, once thredup receives our items and they're processing it, we want to share with you what items got accepted and what items did not.
Yeah, what gets sent back. And remember, if you're interested in your own journey and you want some help, we encourage check out that course.
And we're gonna link that below. Just make sure to get your discount. You just have to purchase it by August 31st, 2020. And then the new version comes out the following month.
Yeah, and if you get this after that date, there's still a discount if you go on and use our link below. So, as always, thank you for watching. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you subscribe.
And give
Thumbs
us,
up.
yes, a like, a thumbs up.
Thumbs up, a like, whatever you want to call it. And if you have any questions or if you want to share some of your experiences, mistakes even while doing thredup, comment below and let us know. We're always up for learning.
Yeah, so we will see you guys next time, and hopefully our stuff gets processed ASAP.
Yeah.
So we could share that with you sooner than later.
Bye-bye.